Hello and welcome back to Tearing Down My Classroom. Today I figured I'm going to do this wall. I've also made the executive decision. I'm taking that puzzle down. I'm like, I've got too many puzzle posters and I'm like, you know, it's a Little Mermaid one. I like it. I would happily remake it. You can see the frame's gone a little bit wonky, so I'm like, you know what? I'm just taking it down, man. Got my tripod so that I can set up my phone, you know. You know what I'm saying? As I decide to do this, I might give you some anecdotal stories as I tear crap down. 1 minute, I forgot my hammer. This trusty device that one of my colleagues has bestowed upon me for this very occasion. I'm very excited. So now let's get into it. This was a schedule from last year. I've just not taken it down because I don't like having random gaps in my walls. So that can be recycled. My students always look at this and they're like, it's just a prank, bro. What does that mean? This got sent to me anonymously to my PO box. It came in an envelope. It was like vacuum packed and sealed. It had a piece of women's underwear coming out of it. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm a teacher. Who has sent me this? Like, which sick individual has decided to do this? Panicking. I'm like, I took it home to my wife and was like, what the heck is this? Thinking that it was some like used panties or something. I open it up and it was basically like the outer layer of a thong, like the smallest bit, like that much, like a centimeter that poked out of it. And then it turns out that it was a joke. It's like sendathong.com. I'm not promoting it, it's just that someone did it and I think it's funny. I was gonna do a TikTok, but I forgot because I'm lazy. And then I was like, is this really appropriate for teacher TikTok? I don't really know. So I just decided to keep this as a reminder. I'm not recycling this just because I found it funny. I just think it was the most random thing that I've ever been sent. So I'm gonna keep this. I'm gonna do like a little box of just random knickknacks and things. I have two 101 Dalmatian covers. I have one on that wall and one on this wall. The one on that wall fit the aesthetic better. This one I got first and I was just like, I like it, so I kept it on that wall. Just as a disclaimer, whenever anyone sends me any fan mail, any post, anything like that, and there's like notes inside, I keep them all and I put them all on my wall. So this wall turned into my motivation wall. All of the nice things that I've had, either from like members of staff that have came in and just given me notes, cards from students, anything from any of my fans that have been so generous to send me things to my PO box. As a disclaimer, if you've ever sent me anything and I've never mentioned it, I just really appreciate it. And there are times and there's weeks where I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm exhausted, you know, where you work really hard on a set of videos, the views don't do as well as normal, the followers don't go up as quickly as they did the week before, and you're exhausted from teaching and trying to manage a social media presence online, and then you get a really nice message, either a DM or something in your PO box, and it really does lift you up. And I just want you to remember, even though I have a few thousand followers, I'm still just a teacher and I still don't know what I'm doing with this social media presence. It's weird to even have an online persona, basically. Just so you're aware. Birthday postcard from my orthodontist, which I currently have in. Someone commented on one of my videos last week being like, oh my gosh, he's losing his British accent. I'm like, mate, I'm speaking with Invisalign. They just gave me a whole new set. They put like 3 more buttons, which is just the name for the brackets that the Invisalign goes on. They put like 3 more in my mouth. So my mouth with the new set, it's really tight because I have one tooth that they're trying to like drag down that's just not cooperating, which is my snaggle tooth, which is the whole reason I'm getting Invisalign in the first place. When I have it in, which I currently do, it does affect how I pronounce my words because I'm speaking with a full mouth of dental equipment. All 3 of these are related. I don't care at this point if you see my school by the time I post this. I'll either be like in my last couple of weeks or I'll be at a different school. I try to make it a thing where I don't necessarily show exactly where I'm working. I try to avoid mentioning the school or the district just so if I do anything that could be misconstrued or anyone gets annoyed or upset about it, I've at least not identified myself as working at a particular school. So it protects my job, which is important because it's my main job and I love teaching. So I want to stay teaching and not be dismissed for something that I've said or done on social media. So I try to keep all my content as non-controversial as possible. But yeah, all of this is basically my first Thanksgiving working at this school. They did a flag football. I didn't even know what flag football was, but they were like, yeah, you've got to take part. And I was like, I can't do sport, but okay. My team won, so it's just like a little certificate to say that I won. So I'm going to keep that. These are just like invitations and like thank you notes for it. Recycling. As you can see, I've barely thrown anything away. It's the second thing that I've actually recycled today. But this whole decluttering is going very well. These 2 I'm keeping hold of. The first one is my nominations in my first year for Rookie of the Year, because that's what my district does. I got quite a few nominations, which is really nice, because in my first year, I really felt like I didn't know what I was doing. And most of these were from students. So I was like, that's really nice. And then this year, on my nominations, they're both by 2 members of my department. Good old Sharon and Sally nominating me. I'm going to miss working with them. My department's really small. There's only 4 of us. And especially over this last year, we've really grouped together and tried to get through all of the stress of pandemic teaching. So I'm definitely going to keep these. This one. I'm going to recycle this because I go to Chipotle all the time. I don't need a menu. But I basically got this just as a decoration because I love Chipotle. To have it as a hint to my students if they were ever like, what gift card could I get Mr. Thomas? I'm like, well, there's a Chipotle menu on my wall. This was featured in one of my first teacher TikTok videos. Things in my classroom that just make sense. It's decoration. I'm definitely recycling this one just because I don't need a Chipotle menu. I go there like 3 times a week anyway. I'm going to keep these just because I have a lot of puzzles in this style by Thomas Kincaid. So it's like if I'm doing a puzzle, I can just look at this. So I have a spare one when I work on it with my wife. We are hoping that we have an office that I can redecorate and have as my like filming room for my YouTube videos like this. And then as well, if I decide to do TikToks, I don't know what my new school district will be like in terms of if they're happy with me filming in my classroom or not. My current district and my current school have been really supportive of it, but you never know, it's different district to district, so I'd rather just be cautious. I still have a few things to take down, but I also don't want this video to be like 50 minutes long, so I'm going to take the rest of the stuff down off camera. I currently am on the countdown. I have 2 weeks left, and I just want to have all of this crap cleared up. I'm going to get on a table, and I'm going to get up. I'm going to do top to bottom, just because I'd rather get the most difficult to reach ones out of the way first, basically. These are laminated. They're not going to get messed up by being on the floor, by the way, just in case you were worried at home. Now this is the wall without any of them up. I saved you the horror of having to watch as I slowly took every single one down from here. Putting Woody, he's in the box. I brought him brand new just because he was the only one I was really missing. The race car, Emperor Zurg, he's going in. Buzz Lightyear, get in there. I'm not gonna lie, these ones, I went through about 6 of these when I was younger. My dad got to a point where he was like, I'm not bringing one more Slinky Dog home. Bo Peep. My DIY full key. If you saw the Instagram TV video, you know what this is about. If you haven't, go to my Instagram, mrthomasenglish, and watch. My wife has told me there is no way I'm getting rid of this. When I started teaching at this school, everyone told me about silencer. They were like, whenever you want your students to stop talking and listening, you need a silencer. So I went out, I got this Apple, so that I would shake it when I wanted the students to be silent. I tried this with my junior class, 11th graders, aka year 12 if you're from England, and they literally laughed at me. We then have Mrs. Potato Head. I was really impressed when I found my Mr. Potato Head. He was harder to find. Mrs. Potato Head does not look like she looks in the movie, which is a little bit upsetting, but it is what it is. 3 Funko Pops, they're the aliens. I don't know whether I'd want to get the whole set. I am going into Funko Pops. There's going to be more videos of that over the summer. I'm waiting till we move so that I can actually display them and have them up. I'm also waiting for some to complete certain sets because I don't want to be like, here's my Funko Pop set and then be missing like 75 of them. I'm going to try and start on this wall. I've purposely left this to last. I always use this wall because the lighting hits nice here for my videos, which is why my background's always the same and I like the aesthetic. As you can see over here, I've got a lot of boxes that I'm carting out currently. Take down my About Me board. It was on my classroom tour and this was the first board that I actually put up. I'm going to take it down now and then everything there I'm most likely going to put in the bottom of the box that I'm going to put the rest of my singing Disney boxes in, just because it's padding at the bottom and I think it'll be fine. Most of it's just like photos and stuff anyway. If you want to see exactly what's on here, feel free to check out my classroom tour video that's on my YouTube. I didn't angle it correctly, but now I will. As you can see, I've taken off these layers. I'm just going to recycle these. I don't need them. These are from when I was a substitute. They say, pop, pop, fizz, fizz. Oh, what a great sub teacher you is. These are Disneyland flyers from my honeymoon and the Grand Canyon flyer, which is where myself and my wife visited for the first time after we got engaged. This is a photo from when I worked at a summer camp in Indiana. I'm not going to show it to you because it has some of my campers in it. I always keep it. It's like one of my favorite cabins, so I always had it up there just because I was like, I worked as a camp counselor. My makeshift resume. It's just a fun thing that I made to introduce myself. Recycled. Different leaving cards from other jobs that I've left before. My youth staff profile for when I worked as a youth staff on a cruise ship. My nickname was Ken. And also my badge when I was a science camp counselor when I worked at the U of A. So whenever anyone's like, why are you wearing U of A merch? 1, I worked there, and 2, my wife graduated from there. There's also my wedding invitation, which is quite cool. I'm going to take the rest of this off camera just because I'm trying to get through it. I just want to show you, I did finish the board in the end off camera. There it is. It looks really plain now. I also took down the Princess and the Frog poster that was over there, and there was a puzzle over there as well. So that whole wall is now clear. I'm going to take down these Monsters University posters next, and then I'm going to take this one down because they're part of the set. Get asked a lot of questions about these, and literally it's from like a party pack that I found at Goodwill once. This was 99 cents. I think they resell for like $5 or $6 on eBay, and now they're down as well. I just wanted to show you this wall one more time. I'm going to take this down off camera just because I'm leaving this up purposely till last, because I'm going to film my TikToks in front of this because that's my aesthetic. Some of my students have been asking to take the Finding Nemo stickers, and I'm like, I don't need them. They're probably going to go weird when I take them off anyway, so I I've promised them to one of my classes, so they're going to take them down. So when you see it next, it's probably going to look a little bit strange, but I'm purposely keeping that up to the last minute anyway. With these posters, these Hercules ones are like my favorite because of my Hercules plate. You look in closer, they have them here. This is the official McDonald's poster, front and back. That advertises the plate, so I got them. So next, what I'm going to do is all my DVDs. I went through the other day and I took some books out, so I've basically organized this so it's DVDs on the bottom, Blu-rays and CDs on the top. So most of these DVDs I found at thrift stores. That's why I was like, I'm getting them, even though I have the entire Disney collection on DVD at home, just because they're from England. And I have like an English Blu-ray player because they're on a different region. It's just a thing. So they were the main thing that I collected before I moved here, and they were like the main thing that I actually paid to import over here, whereas loads of other stuff I just got rid of. There are some cool ones in here. I really like this one of the Rescuers Down Under Blu-ray and DVD combo pack. Just to show you, we're currently about 2/3 full with the box. So I'll put some of the Blu-rays in there, but I feel like this is going to be a 2-box job. Just as an FYI, this isn't just Disney as well. There are a lot of movie adaptations of text that I teach just because I like ending a text unit with a movie. Monsters University, one of the best Pixar movies. Of course I have all the Toy Stories on Blu-ray and DVD in my classroom. Why wouldn't you? This is what dreams are made of. Is it just me, or does that look really strange seeing that so empty? I've now decided there is enough room in this box. It's time to take down my Taylor Swift corner as well. My Taylor Swift corner. I have every single album. All of these CDs are taken out and they're in my car to inspire me on the dark days. This is the one I'm most excited about getting Taylor's version of, just in case anyone wanted to know. Folklore, Evermore, Deluxe Edition. This is why I have an Evermore hoodie, because I really love it. We have both Taylor Swift Reputation magazine. My Taylor Swift shrine is no more. I'm gonna put these ones away. So we got my Maui, we got my Simba, we got my Dory and Nemo, Buzz and Woody. I love the way this one looks. And then we've also got classic Buzz Lightyear. So I'm just gonna put them in the box. They fit in there really nicely. I'm really impressed. I put all my bubble ones away off camera, but there are some other ones that I've not shown yet that you will now see. It didn't end with the bubble ones. I got other ones. This one just goes off by itself. I was gonna do another video of them. I probably will at some point. This is a sneak peek. You've now seen them. As you can see, the snowflake one has a life of its own. It just goes off by itself. It's really exciting and also really annoying. I do love this one. I don't know what it is. There's something about it. This was like $2 from a thrift store. Then I looked at the Disney store and was like, oh, that is not $2 here. One of those Disney princess ones. This was like $3. Okay, so now this box is completely filled up. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna just put all of these things away off camera because I am exhausted. Different things like puzzles that are still sealed that I never got around to making because I wanted to do a Disney villainous puzzle series. Plus some of them I haven't completed the set. I collect a lot of things. Example A. The only thing I wanted to stop to show you was this. My Pumbaa game. This was in a video called Things I Did Not Need to Buy, but it was on sale, so I bought it anyway. It did really well. It was my fastest viewed video. I just wanted to show you it just for the memories. Took my boulder down and there's love hearts that are merged onto the wall. Tried to take the tape down from this board and as you can see, it's not going well. As you can tell, it's a mess right now. I've tried to peel this off and for some reason this pattern, Taylor Swift picture is down. Quite a lot of people commented on my reels and TikTok being like, Taylor Swift in the background. He is now in a box somewhere. I know, I'm really sad. I will be using cannoli oil. Apparently this works. I don't know. It says to spray it and then allow it to set and then try and get it off with a rag. So that's what I'm doing today. Well, that didn't work. What the heck? It won't come off. A point where I've already taken it off, so I can't just keep it up. I will be taking this down off camera because I feel like I'm going to have a breakdown over this. I've got most of it off. It looks really greasy because I put some canola oil on it, basically. That made it really difficult to get off. I put some hot water on it, some soap on it, put some hand sanitizer on it. I just pried it with a ruler for about 3 hours, so I am exhausted at this point. Also, these hearts on the wall that I'm just like, I've tried to sand them down enough that they can just paint over it because at this point, I've done enough. You know what I'm saying, mate? The rest of my stuff is over there on the cart. Take that down to my car in the blistering heat. I'm gonna take that down to my car. My classroom is near on empty. There is nothing in it. All in all, probably about 30 different boxes in this class. This is what happens when you store all your TikTok stuff, all your teaching stuff, all your wife's teaching stuff. I mean, it's just too much, to be honest. Okay, this is the last cleanup video thing. As you can see, my room is bare, but I forgot to show you one thing, so I'll just show it to you now. I don't think I showed you this in the other video, but I do in fact have a trunk that I keep all of my costume changes in. I bulk film on weekends. I usually come in on a Sunday and I bulk film. As you can see, it's filled with clothes. My closet at home is basically overfilled anyway, so any zip-ups, because I kept buying more and more quarter zips, that is my go-to uniform, both for school and for my video. Whenever I got a new one, I would bring it in a bag and just put it in there until the point where it was completely full. Just because I like bulk filming, it makes it easier for me, especially as a teacher, teaching in hybrid. It's been awful, okay? I've always kept it there. I'm gonna put them in bags and then that's it. That's officially everything. So I just wanted to share that little Easter egg with you because I don't think I've ever mentioned it before in a video, but just in case I haven't, that is my costume trunk, which will be thrown away. I don't need it. I'm just gonna take all of the bags out and that's gonna be, as Forky says, trash. Thank you so much for following me along in this cleaning up my classroom series. Sorry that I waffled on. That's why my dog's name is Waffles, because I waffle. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.